What if one night of luxury helped bring down an empire? Kings and queens gathered, the wine poured endlessly, the greatest musicians played. But behind the golden chandeliers, the silk curtains, and the flowing champagne, a storm was brewing. This wasn't just a celebration. It was a farewell party for a dying monarchy. As the Shah of Iran toasted his guests, outside the tents, his people were growing restless. Did he just sign his own downfall? Welcome to Part 4, the final night of the world's most expensive party. Imagine a gathering so powerful, it could reshape global politics. Seated at the banquet were leaders from both the Western world and the Soviet bloc. From the United States, Vice President Spiro Agnew, representing Nixon's administration. From the Soviet Union, Nikolai Podgorny, a top Soviet leader. From France, Prime Minister Jacques Chaban-Delmas. From South Korea, Prime Minister Baek Du-jin. From Pakistan, President Yahya Khan. From India, President V.V. Giri. From Turkey, Brazil, Hungary, Indonesia, Lebanon, South Africa, Senegal, Zaire, and Yugoslavia, their presidents were all in attendance. From Canada and Australia, their governor-generals attended on behalf of their nations. From China, Germany, Portugal, and Poland, their foreign ministers or ambassadors represented them. And then, the real stars of the event, the royal families. Never before had so many kings, queens, princes, and princesses gathered in one place. From Denmark, Belgium, Nepal, and Greece, the royal couples attended. From Jordan, Norway, Ethiopia, the kings made their way to Persepolis. From Qatar, Kuwait, Abu Dhabi, the emirs arrived in grandeur. From Oman and Afghanistan, their sultans graced the occasion. From Monaco, France, Sweden, Spain, Italy, and Japan, their princes and princesses stood in line with the world's elite. But one absence was louder than any presence. While royalty from all over the world arrived in Persia, one monarch was missing. Queen Elizabeth II refused to attend. Her reason? She hesitated to endorse the Shah's rule with her presence. Instead, she sent her husband, Prince Philip, and Princess Anne to represent Britain. And she wasn't alone. Several world leaders were pressured not to attend because, in many countries, the Shah was seen as a dictator, not a king. But inside Persepolis, none of this mattered, because the Shah had a final grand surprise for his guests. 250 bulletproof limousines, ordered just to transport them. A parade of armored luxury, fit for an empire. Basically, if you wanted to stage a global coup, this was the perfect opportunity. While the world's elite dined on gold-plated plates, global newspapers roasted the Shah. A festival of excess while his people starve. The greatest display of royal vanity. A dying empire's last performance. But inside the golden tents, the Shah didn't care. He believed this event would secure his legacy. But fate had other plans. As the final night ended and the guests returned to their countries, the Shah stood victorious. Or so he thought. Because this party backfired, the Iranian people were furious. While billions were spent on foreign guests, poverty in Iran was rising. The opposition gained strength, protests erupted, and within just a few years, the monarchy would fall. In 1979, less than a decade after this event, the Iranian Revolution overthrew the Shah. His golden empire, gone, his extravagant party, now remembered as a symbol of excess and arrogance. And the man who once stood as the king of kings died in exile, powerless and forgotten. So, was it worth? History teaches us one thing. No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much wealth you control, if you ignore your people, your empire will crumble. The Shah had it all, but he lost everything, and his grandest night became his greatest mistake. What do you think? Was this party a bold statement of power or a warning for future leaders? Let's discuss in the comments. If you love learning about hidden history and global politics, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because in the next video, we dive into another shocking event that changed the world. See you there.